Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Patricia. As you can tell from the title, it's gonna be my very first Q&A. Yay! I'm super excited about this video. I don't know about you guys. So yeah, I've never done a Q&A before. I've been doing YouTube for about a year now, and I felt like it was just right to do a Q&A right now because look, I've really been pushing it off. I know a lot of you guys submitted questions through Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Kind of wanted to switch it up with the Q&A because I'm gonna clean my setup. But yeah, let's get into this thing, you guys. Okay, so the first question is who/what inspired you to do YouTube? Honestly guys, I was not a YouTube kid back in the day. I for the most part was just watching shows and playing games. Now that I think about it, what really inspired me to do YouTube was definitely that quarantine moment. Literally I was bored out my mind. So I kind of fell down the rabbit hole of gaming YouTube. So I was watching Berleezy, RDC. I thought it was really cool to see black creators making a name for themselves in this area where it's not so common to see black people or people of color doing this type of thing. And then after that, I somehow stumbled upon cozy slice of life productive vlogs because I also found myself during quarantine just wanted to watch videos that made me want to feel productive and get up and do these little tasks throughout my day and make me feel like I'm being more productive. And that's how I stumbled across Sarangho and Daisy Choi and Michelle Wen. And I was watching their vlogs and I was like, this is literally stuff I do in my daily life. So if they can do it, I can do this too, document my life. And that's exactly what I did. After I graduated college, literally the first thing that I bought was a camera and I started my YouTube channel. Another inspiration of mine for starting a channel, just being that representation for other black girls that look like me, to show them that they can start a YouTube channel too. And people are interested and would love to see a peek in their lives and get to know them and prove to them that it's okay to take up these spaces that you don't see your people that look like you, And the next question is what motivates you to be creative? Honestly, what I think motivates me is the people that I keep around me. Whether that's my friends, my family, my boyfriend, my online mutuals. I feel like every person that I'm connected with is somewhat of a creative, they're either painting, drawing, DJing, creating digital art, gaming, doing videos, photography, something along those lines. So definitely seeing how my friends are doing and what they're achieving and how they're growing throughout life definitely motivates me to get off my ass and become the best version of myself that I can be. I'm not too sure if you guys know this, but in high school I used to be really big into visual arts. I used to draw and paint a lot, but once I got into college, it was kind of hard to balance working as a full-time student and also having a hobby, because when I did have that free time I found myself wanting to just hang out and chill and watch shows. So I feel throughout that process that artistic passion that I did have faded, which sucked at the moment now that I think about it, but I'm also glad that I was able to transition that creativity into a new form, which is YouTube and gaming and content creation. Tips for beginner YouTubers: just be yourself. I feel like the people that like you and your content will definitely find you. Honestly, I know it's super scary in the beginning, but if you think about it, all YouTubers started at one point. So you're not alone in that aspect. And you don't need a fancy camera or a expensive editing software to do YouTube. You can use your phone, you can edit on CapCut or iMovie, and then start from there. We all gotta start somewhere. So don't stress yourself out about getting the most top-notch high-tech equipment and saying you can't start until you get that. You can start at any time. What do you do for a career? So I majored in business marketing and I graduated with a bachelor's in marketing. So at the moment I am working a full-time job. So I'm working 9 to 5 as a marketing specialist for this small tech company. The next question is, how old are you? So I am 25, you guys. I'm not too sure how old you guys thought I was, but I did get a comment recently saying how I looked 18, and I was like, oh wow, I'm gonna take this as a compliment. But I definitely feel like I look my age, face-wise. I want to know, what age did you think I was? So how did you and David meet? So a funny story, he actually slid in my DMs on Instagram. It was 5 years ago. He slid in my DMs and gave me a compliment and I entertained it. And then my college back in the day is 2 hours away. So he drove those 2 hours on the weekend and visited me. And yeah, And then here we are now, almost 6 years later. Where do you envision yourself in 5 years? In 5 years, I would definitely like to own a home. I do not want to be working corporate at all. I know working in tech sounds cool, but I would honestly like to sustain myself financially through my passion, which would be YouTube. I envision myself traveling a lot, sightseeing, engulfing myself in various different cultures, trying new foods. My favorite song at the moment, honestly, I think my favorite song at the moment is between Shooting Star or Left Right by XG, Moonlight by Kali Uchis, or Strike by Lil Yachty. I've also been loving this album. It's by Natalia Lafourcade. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but it's Spanish music and it just makes me feel so good. What's your favorite anime? Okay, so my top 5 animes, it has to be, let's start off strong, you know, Mob Psycho 100. Oh my goodness, Mob is the best boy. So yes, Mob Psycho 100. We have Hunter x Hunter, Ouran High School Host Club, One Piece, and as a shoujo, let's just throw Wotakoi in there. Come on. I think that is an amazing top 5 list. How did you get into K-pop/anime? I remember it vividly, you guys. Okay, so I got into anime in high school. I was in art class and this kid next to me, he was like watching Naruto, and I was like peeking over. I'm like, this looks kind of interesting. And he was like, yeah, it's Naruto, you should check it out. So I remember I went home and then I watched like the first 5 episodes and I was like, alright, this is it. After that, I have been into anime ever since, thanks to Naruto. As for K-pop, it was after I graduated high school. So like 2015, I went up to Boston for the summer to hang out with my cousin, and she was already into like K-pop, K-dramas, J-pop. She was like, hey, listen to this group. And I was like, okay, I'll check this out. And the group was BTS. And the song she showed me was Dope. And I was watching this video. I remember Namjoon vividly. He was like, first time with BTS? And I was like, yeah. I've been a stan ever since. And crazy thing is, my bias when I first watched the Dope video was Namjoon. Then I slowly but surely like transitioned over to Yoongi. Like Yoongi is my #1 bias. But Tae and Jungkook are definitely my bias wreckers right now because Lord, I don't know what's in the water with them, but baby. If you read webtoons, what's your favorite? Girl, do I read webtoons? I love webtoons. I literally read everything. My absolute favorite right now, well, it's been for like a year and a half that I've been reading like villainous, reincarnation, isekai, manhwas where like they reincarnate into a new land and they have to like get revenge for like being treated poorly and being killed in their previous life. And I love it. I absolutely love it. Or like the 21st century Korean girl gets reincarnated back in the day and like she wants to start like a stationery shop or like a bakery, like stuff like that. I definitely like the action versions too, like Osmosis Reader, Solo Leveling, as well as like the shoujos like Romance 101, Operation True Love, True Beauty, After School Lessons for Upright Apples. Like I'm deep in the webtoon/manhwa scene, so I'm here for it. What's your top 3 favorite artists? So my top 3 artists definitely have to be The Weeknd, Toro y Moi, and Lana Del Rey. And then if we're talking like K-pop, of course you gotta throw BTS in the mix. Where do you want to travel to in the near future? Definitely want to travel to Paris, South Korea, Vietnam, Japan, Hawaii. What's one of your favorite memories? I think my favorite memory to date is graduating college, just because like how monumental that was. Only because I was starting a new chapter in my life and adjusting to adulthood. And then besides graduating, I think another favorite memory that I do have is actually recently. It's when I went to LA with my boyfriend and a few friends. That was just really nice. You know, we got away for a week. And that was my very first time in LA, so just soaking everything up and experienced everything for the first time. And just having amazing company. How did you get into The Sims? So I got into The Sims as a kid. My cousin Junior, he went out and bought The Sims, and he was like building like this super big house, the most ugliest house ever, like literally just a big old square with mad windows and one singular roof pointing upwards. And then after he hopped off, I got my turn, and yo, it was like all hell broke loose. I was like, what is this world, bro? Literally you could do whatever, and it was mad entertaining. The next question is, how did you learn to edit videos? Honestly, video editing for me at this point is like trial and error. I don't have like a really distinct video editing style, but hopefully by like sometime next year it could be more concrete. Like I see what some of my favorite creators are doing, and then I take it and see how I can tweak it to like make it mine. And then sometimes I go into TikTok and I look up like video editing effects, because I know there's really cool videos there, and it's like usually under a minute. I get to find quick tips and tricks there that I take and bring back into my video. Tips on trying to start a channel. Just go for it. Like I feel like the hardest part of starting a channel is starting, you know, like getting over that initial fear and like creating your profile, going out and recording, editing, and then actually like uploading that video. That's definitely the hardest part, but once you get over that initial hurdle, it'll be like smooth sailing. And also don't care about like what people are gonna think or like say, because listen, we're in 2023. If someone sees you pull out a tripod and a camera, they're gonna look and they're gonna go along their way. So even if you find yourself like, oh, this is so embarrassing, this is cringe, trust me, it's all in your head. It's really not that bad. So go out and get that content. What's your favorite cosplay? My favorite cosplay to date is between Mona from Genshin Impact and also Hatsune Miku. I honestly did not expect myself to like my Hatsune Miku cosplay as much as I did, but once I put it on and I was at anime weekend, I was feeling myself. Mona was cute, but like Hatsune Miku, she is that girl. But honestly, I haven't done much. I definitely want to dive deeper into my cosplay side. The next question is, what's your favorite convention? I've only been to 2 conventions, and that is MomoCon and Anime Weekend Atlanta. I think that's an easy question. I personally liked Anime Weekend Atlanta better than MomoCon. I think MomoCon is definitely like a beginner's convention. Very family friendly. It's cute as a first convention, but Anime Weekend Atlanta is definitely where things start to get like poppin'. Any tips for first time cosplayers going to a convention? Okay, tip 1, definitely go in there open-minded. Like have fun. I know it's kind of nerve-wracking at first, like it's overwhelming, but everybody's going to that convention that has the same interest as you, and they're all coming just to have like a nice time. So definitely go there to have fun, make friends, and just experience the convention as a whole. Please cosplay seasonally appropriate. And what I mean is, like if it's summer and you stay in Atlanta, don't pull up like in a full-blown suit, like top down, like because you're gonna be sweating. Unless you don't care about sweating. And don't be afraid to like set your boundaries sometimes at conventions, because I feel like people, when they go there, they sometimes get too comfortable. Like they see you in a cosplay and they think of you as that character, and sometimes put you in a weird position or just act pretty weird, you know. And if you feel uncomfortable, just let them know or just walk away. What do you love most about your room? I think out of my entire room, I love my little corner right here. Like I feel like it has a mixture of everything I like. Like it has my manga, it has my Sunny Angels, it has my Hello Kitty, my K-pop, Kirby. It's just a mixture of all my likes in one corner, and it is pretty cluttered. It's getting cluttered, you guys, but I love it just because it has like so much personality, and when I look at it I just feel happy. Do you have times where you don't like your setup and wish it looked different? Crazy thing is, yes. I think last weekend I was literally looking at it and I was like, this is so much, it's cluttered, it's all over the place, and who knows, I may change up my setup, we'll see. But yes, there's definitely times where I do not like it as much as I usually do, and I feel like completely changing it. But sometimes I look at those like cool cyberpunk or like greenery type of themes, or like the cozy warm themes, but nobody got money to be changing the entire setup like that. So yeah, things you wish you knew before collecting manga. I actually love this. I think I'm gonna make an entire YouTube video dedicated to like things I wish I knew before collecting manga. But I'll just say one tip, definitely don't rush and try to batch buy manga. Like when I first started getting into manga, I wanted to buy, I think I was buying like 10 mangas a week, and literally like having 30 plus manga hauls like monthly, and it was so bad. Like, I wish I chilled, took my time with collecting, and actually took that time to like read or reread the series that I've collected. Because the books are always going to be there. They're always going to be at the bookstore. You can collect them whenever. So there's no point of like breaking your bank trying to buy everything in bulk, you know? What have you been up to post-college? I feel like ever since I graduated college, I feel like I've been on go mode. Like, I started working a 9-to-5, and then I started taking YouTube seriously, and juggling both of those at first were definitely a struggle, but I've slowly but surely gotten the hang of it. And also in the mix of it, trying to, you know, focus on self-care, taking some days for myself, and also socializing and going out with friends and making memories and traveling. Because in college I did not travel much, but now like I want to emphasize that it's good to take a break, take a breather, and like travel and sightsee and make memories and get away from home, you know, for a little bit. So that's where I've been at ever since graduating college, just living life, experiencing. What age did you start your manga collection? I started my manga collection last year. Crazy, right? Like, before, I asked myself, why do people buy physical volumes when you can literally read it online? And I was like, I'm never gonna be one of those people that buy it because that's just a waste of money. There's no point. I have, I think almost 200 volumes, and I've never been happier. Have you ever thought about a lookbook video? I love your outfits. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, actually, I have been thinking about a lookbook video. It's gonna be in the works sooner or later. Hopefully I can have it posted shortly. But yes, it's in the queue, besties. Who's your favorite sanrio character? In the beginning, I did like Hello Kitty. I was a big Hello Kitty stan. But outside of sanrio, I am such a big Miffy fan. Like, I feel like Miffy is definitely like on par to Hello Kitty in my eyes. Any life advice? Just do what makes you happy. I feel like life is way too short to be doing what other people tell you. I feel like you know yourself better than anybody else, and you know what's gonna make you happy in the long run. So choose your happiness. And I know sometimes that's hard, but I feel like at the end of the day, you will appreciate yourself for choosing you and your happiness. Wow, guys, that was definitely a lot. If I didn't get to your question, I'm so sorry. I didn't want this video to get like too lengthy. Your questions were amazing, by the way. Like, you guys honestly ate with the questions. If you have any additional questions, please feel free to drop them down below, and I will be more than happy to answer them. It was a lot of fun, you guys, honestly. I enjoyed myself, and I'm glad we were able to get more personal and on a deeper level. I hope you enjoyed watching me clean my setup, as well as like my manga shelves and my room a little bit. You know, like a little spring cleaning, which was definitely needed. This room was mad dusty, so I'm glad I was able to do that. And you also got to see me play Genshin, like, come on. Yeah, I feel like I talked your head off. If you made it this far, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed hearing me ramble about mad stuff. And yeah, see you guys in next week's video.